chicken, I will end you and eat you. Oh well. Hello and welcome to the channel. It is everyone's favourite unemployed plant guy doing random things on a Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, which is why I'm calling it Maple Monday, because there's no Japanese Tuesday, although we could do a Japanese Tuesday, that would work. I have two, probably 3 to 5 year old trees, Japanese maples in front of me. The plan is to have a look at the roots and maybe just give them a little bit of a tidy up. There's not too much that I need to do. These leaves are from last year, so I'm not too concerned about, you know, the buds are starting to swell, but it's not getting too insane. The plan for these trees is to eventually keep them in, well, I want them to remain about the size they are now, and maybe get them into a pot roughly this sized, so a bit bigger than a shohin size, although they are still in development. So the plan at the moment is just to get them to thicken the trunks up a bit. I bought these probably over a year ago, and then had to give them a quick slip pot in the summer because the pots they were in I knew would not hold enough moisture for the time that they were being left unattended. So they're in these pots for the time being. I haven't looked at the roots, I haven't done anything with the roots yet. That's a plan for today, and then probably put them back in the same pot, might put them in a different pot. This one is potted a little bit too far towards the back of the pot, so that will get addressed. I'm going to throw you over the shoulder. You'll be sitting on this chair watching from behind, and I will talk you through what I'm doing. You're more than welcome to backseat drive. We're probably going to make very different decisions. That's the fun of bonsai. Hello. This is the stuff we'll be using. So, firstly, I probably want to attack this one. I do have a nasty habit of turning things into twigs, so we will do our best to not turn things into twigs today. Though that is seemingly a process of bonsai, and the nature of these trees is they're left more or less unmaintained for 3 to 8 months at a time, and then I come back and do a big work on them. So let's get into it. So firstly, we just want to get it out of the pot. It's that easy. Bonsai isn't hard, it is just slow. So yeah, again, bought this. It was in a smaller pot when I got it. Actually, sorry, this arrived bare rooted. So this is all me. All I want to do is just take it out of this, have a little bit of a look at the roots, although they seem to be doing pretty good. Just have a look at the surface roots, see what we're working with, see if we can clean up anything, and then probably just get it in a pot where we can focus on developing this back section. Just because it's a bit sparse back there, but it's got a bit of width to it, which is nice. So this is the intended front, so that the width in the front of the roots is quite nice. There's two pretty thick ones going down here straight away, I see. So what we'll probably do is just, if we can, direct them in a different direction, or maybe just hack them off a little bit. So pretty healthy root ball. There's a couple here competing, and that one goes straight down. So it might just be that this tree sits a little bit higher in the pot. Initially, straight away, I know that's going. I'll try and cut this at an angle. That's going, and that's going. Those are two, you know, reasonable size roots, nothing too crazy, but not nothing either. So they're gone. We will take that back to, we'll probably do it this way, just to try and promote, and then maybe go there. That one can go, just because it's going straight down, not wanting that. This one on the back here again, going straight down. I might try and do it at an angle, so hopefully grows out. Oh yeah, we have chickens. You know what, I'm just going to hack everything off that isn't growing, at least in a radial way that I can manipulate it. Cut that back there, cut that back there. Very nice. So we've gone pretty hardcore on this tree. Like that. Pretty much just getting rid of everything underneath, and then we'll just focus on building up here. So, very small root ball left, but we will address that by balancing at the top. So, there's no stress here. What I would like to do though is get it in a bit of a, probably a more bonsai style pot, at least a wider pot anyway. Chicken, I will end you and eat you. Oh well. Yeah, so let me go find a pot to put it in, and then we will go from there. Although I might have this one here, which could probably work. That'll work. We're using this pot. Let me clean up and then we'll come back. I've actually taken my own advice here, and I've not been lazy, and I got some different wire, but we are going to put this in that. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. Throw in some wire. Probably wanting kind of like, yeah, that much-ish. That's probably overkill. The chicken is quiet now. I didn't kill it. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's behind me. Just doing stuff. Chicken things, I assume. This is just a cheap pot from Bunnings. If you're not from Australia, Bunnings is like a Walmart that only does outdoor supplies. Some indoor, it's just like a, I don't know, handyman store. I don't know, Google it. Alright. I'm just going to reuse some old dirt that I have from other pots because I know that it's good. It's a bit damp, but that's fine. It's quite sandy, quite gritty. Anyway, we'll get this in, and again, I probably want it to be like there-ish. So, I will. I'm going to be gentle, but I'm just going to go around the tree. And I'm not even going to be very, you know, like, I've basically created a little, like a little holster for it. It can move around, but I don't want to tighten it on the tree, just because I think it's going to sit in here for a little bit anyway. See if I can kind of make it a bit more like that. Yeah, there we go. Now it's sitting nice. Alright, now we just fill it in. Cool. So this is absolutely intended to be a twin trunk. The plan is, this is going to be its own separate trunk over here, although this is getting a bit too, well, for one, it's coming a bit too far forward, which I don't like. So I'm just going to take it back, and I do want to leave this to thicken the tree, but I also want, unless I just tilt it further back, which is an option, which is what I might do. So I will tilt it further back, but I'm also still going to take it back to about here. Get rid of that. This one's coming forward, I don't really like that. I'm going to take it back to the stump, remove that. There's a stub up here that needs to go. And then this one died off from before. We got a little thing in the middle here that can go. And then we've just got this little thing out the back. There's another one out the back here, which I'm just going to take off. And then it's a decider of, I mean, ideally you'd want this to be thicker than that. So I think what I might do is take this back to there, and then take this back to there, and then bring these forward. Clean up some stumps on the back here. And that's probably all I'm going to do for this tree for now. That's a pretty good look at it anyway. So that is what we're working with now. Just a bit, same shape and everything, just a little bit less material. So hopefully it backbuds a little bit, but ideally I would like it to be a little bit thicker. I know I've counterintuitively hacked it back, but I think that was necessary just to kind of straighten out this left trunk leader. So anyway, on to the next one. Okie dokie. So again, I haven't had this one for very long, maybe a year or two, probably a year now. When I got it, again, it was in a tiny little pot, and I just knew that it would die if I didn't change it, because it would have just dried out through summer. So I don't think there will be much resistance in getting it out of the pot. And it's more just having a look at the roots, seeing what can be tidied up. You can even see the kind of original shape of the pot that it was in here. So it's mostly just seeing what's there to work with. But I did buy this from, I think it's just called Bonsai off eBay. He's an Australian guy or girl, I actually have no idea. He just sells bonsai, and it's pretty decent. I've bought a few things off him. They always come very well delivered, but I got that from him. Different climate, the soil's pretty good. This is a really tight root ball here, so I'm probably not even going to be able to get too much in there. We can still try, just to try and loosen some of these roots up, and hopefully they can find a new direction, find a new path in life, or something like that. But for the most part, that's pretty good. I mean, we've already got, here's the thing with this tree, we've got this big, thicker surface root on the front, and then it's a tangly mess through here, and then no real roots off the back. That's pretty good. There's this one here that's going a bit, it's just growing down. But like, and it's going back over that way. I would prefer it if it grew over there. There is two on it. There's a smaller one over this way, so I might just hack that one back. But I mean, it's being quite nitpicky now more than anything. Like, get rid of that just because it's not really doing much. I don't mind that on top, even that. And maybe that's just the style of the tree, you know? Maybe this tree is just a bit of a matted mess of roots in the middle. I don't know if you can really see. Kinda. So maybe I just have to leave it like that. Appreciate that's what it is. Anyway, we will stick this back in the pot. This is going to be a quick one. Alright. Well, that's it potted. In terms of styling, it's pretty much just removing anything going through the middle here, so I can just kind of knock those off with my hand. I guess I'm just going to let it just let it grow and see what happens, but this is the thinner trunk by a little bit, so I think I want to keep that the same. I want it to be asymmetrical on purpose. So because of that, I'm actually just going to hack this back to, I kind of like that this is coming in and filling some of this gap. So I'm going to remove that so that there's no competing interest. And then I think I'm just going to take this back to its first internode. And then hopefully there's a bud here that'll grow out that way. That will continue on its merry way over in that direction. And that's pretty much it. But as a whole, I think that's roughly the front there, somewhere around there. And then when it sprouts back out, hopefully this should all fill in. So this is them complete. I did do a little bit of a trim up on this off camera. Just there was with some scissors, there was a couple of things, just some nodes interlapping, very, very small branches, which probably wasn't worth kind of going through on camera. Well, probably was worth going through on camera, sorry. I was just in a bit of a rush because I'm getting hurried off to lunch, so I'll probably take off this one here as well. It's just competing. But yeah, if you like the video, like the video. I've got a bunch more trees to work on. Later today I've got some jades, some succulents there. I've got a lemon tree, an olive tree, wisteria, some junipers, a couple of ficuses as well. So yeah, stick around. This is pretty much what I do. I periodically have the time to come back and do mass work on trees. So thanks again. Stay unemployed or don't. I'm not your mum. I don't care. If you like the video, cool. If you don't, I probably understand, because I'm not very good at this yet. Or ever will be, because I do it too intermittently. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat.